doing this one here because this has a fraction on it. So there's a fraction here. So let's see what you do when you are faced with this fraction here. So Emily wants to buy new boots that cost $68. The sales tax rate in her city is 5.5%. What is that total cost? So as usual, I'm using this one here, the proportional relationship, to find, the tax charged. So I'm going to make my proportionality here, which is T over T for my tax over what I'm given, which is 68, equal to 5 and 1 over 2 over 100. Now, let's make life easy for ourselves. We're going to change this into an improper fraction, this mixed number fraction rather. So we know that this can be 5 times 2 plus 1. So 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1, it's 11. So we'll have 11 over 2 all over 100. I hope I'm making sense. So yeah, now we continue with T over 68 equal to 11 over 2, which is this one here, right? This one here, divided by 100. Okay, so now I'm going to cross multiply these things here, just like the one we did before. So I'm crossing, I cross multiply. I've tried to create more space on this one here, guys, because we need space for these things here. So let's see. All right, so we have T times 100, T times 100, and we have 68 times 11 over 2. I'm going to make this in a fraction as well, this one here, this 68 over 1. I'm going to make it a fraction, 68. Okay. So now already I know this is 100T. We can simplify this. I mean, rather, we can simplify this. 2 into 68 to make life easier for ourselves. This, like 68 divided by 2, should give us something simple. So let's see. We have 68 divided by 2, which is same as 60 divided by 2 and 8 divided by 2. So how many 2 goes into 6? It's 3. And then you bring down the zeros as usual. You bring down that 0 there, plus how many 2 into 8? It's 4. So 30 plus 4 will give us 34. So we have now 34. Okay. Multiply by 11. So that's what we have now, right? So we can again simplify this, or rather expand it. These numbers are big. I can say 34 multiplied by, sorry, I need to, okay, let's just do this. When I say 30 plus 4. You multiply everything by 11. Okay, multiply everything by 11. Let's see. Here, what is 3 times 11? So this will be 33, right? So this is 33. And we bring down the 0. Boom. And plus, so what is 4 times 11, which is 44? Now we add these two together. So now we have 330 plus 44. You add this 4, 7. So this is your answer, 374. Now you bring your answer here, 374. This is 100T. You remember this one here. So we have 100T. Now you divide both sides by 100T and then 100. Divide by 100 on both sides. Because we want to find the text, which is T. 374 divided by 100. Now remember the rule. We want to make sure that there are two numbers after the comma. Okay. Or rather two numbers after the decimal point. So here, these are going to cancel off. I'm left with T for text. So because I have 374, I want two numbers after the comma, so my point will be here after the decimal point. So there are two numbers, 1, 2, right? So I'm having now 3.74 because I'm dividing by 100. Okay, if I was dividing by 1,000, it was going to be 3 numbers after the decimal point. I want you to remember that. Let me just put this here so that we don't get confused by it. We finish with these notes here. These are our little notes that we do as we move along. I call these notes. Okay. So now you're going to add 68, 68. Okay, don't get, I don't not want you to get confused with all these things. So that's why I'm trying to make sure that you don't mess it up. 68 plus 3.74. Then you add. This is 4. This is 7. Now this will, don't forget your decimal point. And this is 11. So I'm carrying that one. So 6 plus 1 would be 7. So our answer is 71.4 right? So this is what Emily will pay will pay for the boots, right? So let's move on to the next one. I'm not going to do number 5. Again, you can see number 5. It's exactly similar to what we did because number 5 also have decimals. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Now, if you look at this one here, it's also interesting because sometimes we tend to get confused with a lot of numbers. So Mr. Pyong stayed in a hotel for 2 nights, right? But the cost was 210 and the tax was 12%. So these 2 nights, it has nothing to do with your calculations. They're just saying that you stay there for 2 nights, okay? But they already told us how much was the cost. So I know some students, they normally ask me, but Mr., what do I do with 2? So you don't do anything with the 2 because it's already calculated there on that 210. All right, so let's do it. So you can see how can we do this. Again, we'll have my checks all over 210. How many percent? It's 12 over 100. Then I cross multiply as usual. I think you know the grip now. So I cross multiply those two. So now I have my t times 100, t times 100 equal to 210 multiplied by 12. And obviously this is 100t, but now these numbers are too big. We can try to expand once again. We have our little notes here, so where we have 200 plus 10. So I'm multiplying everything by 12. Let's see. What is 2 times 12? Will give us 24, right? So we have 24. Then you bring down those zeros again. Okay. And you multiply this other one by 12 as well, right? So what is 1 times 12 will give us 12, and then you bring in the 0 there. This is the 0 on top. Now this gives us 120. Then you add these two. Remember, you need to add them together. So now you have 2,400 plus 120. Then this is 2, 5, and here you have 2. So you got something like this, 2,520. Now you divide both sides by 100. Divide by 100. 2520 divided by 100. Okay. Remember what we said? If we're dividing by 100, there must be 2 numbers after the decimal point. So this will cancel off. I'm left with t here. And since I'm having 2520, I said there must be 2 numbers after the decimal point. So if I put a decimal point here we go. Now I have 2520, right? Because I'm dividing by 100. Do not forget that. So my answer is going to be 25.20. Now, I know some students, they leave the answer here, but you don't need to do that. Now you're going to add with the 210. So you're going to say 210, right? It says 210. I'm putting those zeros to accommodate my cents there. 25.20, and then we add. We add all of this. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. It's 0, and this is 2. This is 5, and this is 3. This will give us 2. Now, this is what you're going to have. Decimal point. Decimal point. Everything is in line. I'm trying my best to ensure that everything is in line there. So you have the total cost. So the total cost, TC, is equal to 2, 3, everything's in dollars. Oops. Okay. So everything is in dollars. This is a dollar sign. $235.20. So this is the cost for everything. Okay. So let's try to move on to the next question.